Welcome back in to another episode, Spaceman 2.0 Phoenix Truth Rising Show. Here to help you grow in the knowledge and wisdom of truth, and the truth will set you free. With the best history lesson and spiritual insights on the planet, exposure of the Illuminati's plan of world conquest and control is the death knell to the New World Order. So, coming back at you with a second episode today, the Phoenix Truth Rising Show, lots to share. Got to get back into the Phoenix Operator Owner Manual's introduction by ATON. And there's much speculation about September 23rd being a rapture. Of course, I'm thinking another timeline is already taking place. Maybe the rapture is already taking place like 1,000 years ago. And the Dark Ages was them erasing the Christos timeline on the planet, reigning for 1,000 years. And they erased the true history. And they know about global resets, or cosmic resets, basically, with types of pole shifts and such. So stay tuned at the end for a 3-minute video of what our Inuit brothers have been saying about the sun shifting. And having said that, I'd like to bring out into your mind to look up Brian Austin Lambert. He figured out about the pole shift. He might have lost his life with his loved ones too because of that, and how it's a plasma effect. And in order to verify if the pole shift takes place, so remember this when you watch the sun. Okay, the sun will have shifted and won't. There's two things. On December 21st, when it's December 25th, when the sun's supposed to come back, the sun will not move some more, like for another time. Okay, let me remind myself of that one again. And the other one is that if you have an analog clock at home and you have it, proper batteries are in it, it might be losing time because time is speeding up. So it's going to be either ahead or behind. I forget which one. I can't figure it out now in my mind. But there's going to be a fact that the time is speeding up, and that's going... They're actually changing the digital clocks on us. They're not showing us the true atomic time, and that the analog time is actually showing that the days are getting shorter. And that's what it says in the Bible. If the days are not made shorter, no one shall be left alive on the planet. So that being said, you must be aware for preparation for your flight instructions to be lifted off, in case that you get your act in order, that you can maintain yourself within the presence of the Christos and the Christos hosts to come and reclaim the planet. And the book of Revelations, I believe, has that part where there's 1,000 years of reign of Satan. And look at it now. So if you look at the Statue of Liberty, the chain is loosed on the foot, and that's supposed to be the statue of Lucifer. So basically, since 1776, Lucifer has been alive and well on the planet, and basically controlling it and manipulating it. And we're coming to the last days of its throes on the planet, and we're coming back into the Christ consciousness, reigning supreme and taking over the planetary understanding of how we're supposed to live. And everyone will be tuned in to that new consciousness vibe, not the artificial metaverse vibe that Elon Musk wants you to have with the Neuralink and being the cyborg. So with that being said, let's get right back into Phoenix Operator Owner Manual. Oh yeah, I just remembered, if the sun doesn't come back, okay, then we're going to go into the 3.5 days of darkness on December 25th. So if that takes place, if the sun does not start to come back, we can go into the dark phase, which according to Brian Austin Lambert is the beginning of the pole shift. With that introduction leads right into this second paragraph here where we left off. This is the time of the separation of those who are with me and those who stand against me. If you turn again into the laws of truth, remember George H. Bush said that too, eh? After this is said, if you turn again onto the laws of truth as given forth, you shall be given all assistance from my realms and from my hosts. Those who remain in deliberate practice of those things which are birthed of the physical and expended in human level actions have made their choices. If you turn onto the dark passages, choosing to forfeit the light, so be it. For you shall be left onto your choices. For I force not any creature, but you alone shall be in the choosing. Not only do I have total forgiveness, so can I cause your cure of the diseases besetting thine beings. Judgment? What of judgment? It is in no wise to fail to utilize the act of judgment. You judge not the man, you judge the action of the man. If you cannot judge that which brings you into glory and light from that which casts you into the abyss of the void and into the darkness, you shall pay greatly in sorrow for the lack of learning the difference in that which judgment defines in truth. I have come in many ways, many times, and in many forms to show you the way and teach you the truth through the word. I have sent many of my sons to give unto you truth, and you have slain them and turned from them in denouncement and continuation of your defilement, of your own places of nesting and corruption of thine selves and brethren, all relations of thine perfect planet, with all wondrous relations of life beings put forth for your use and pleasure, and you have trampled them as pearls under your feet, and spat upon them as you spilled their blood and crushed the life from their wondrous existence. You have turned in honor and bowing before the idols of things and onto the human beings who will enslave you. You have spat upon my messengers and cast the lessons and instructions into the trash, as you mock and ridicule and shout lies and false prophets. You no longer can discern that which is false from that which is truth. How did you expect God to return upon your place? You have been lulled into believing that you sit and wait to be whisked away to glory on the clouds. How foolish can a mortal be? You cling to the lies as if they would save you from the fire while you prepare to jump into the Holocaust. Wow, my synchronicity sometimes with bringing forth this truth just astonishes me at the same time, because I just told you about that pole shift event, and here, as you see the last sentence, talking about how they're getting you to believe in a rapture, but it could be Project Bluebeam and them trying to take you away and ship you off to La La Land. You have been lulled into believing that you sit and wait to be whisked away to glory on the clouds. Right? I said that might have came already. How foolish can a mortal be? You cling to the lies as if they would save you from the fire. The plasma polar shift can cause fires to take place all across the planet. So there you go. The fire while you prepare to jump into the Holocaust, which is fire. Man has come into defiling all that he touches, and this is evil, and for that defilement he shall bring punishment onto himself. It shall not be of my doing. I offer you truth, the light, the way, and the word. I extend my hand unto all who will take of it. I shall bring you home into my place of wondrous experience, but I shall force none, not by so much as one hair of the head. Man shall turn about and into truth by his own free will, or he shall perish in his own delusion. I shall weep and stand waiting, but I shall not pluck you out of your pit except you ask. So be it. And again, let's go back. I shall bring you home into my place of wondrous experience. Christ said, I shall go prepare a place for you. My Father has many houses and many mansions. And if you think about it, our higher brothers and sisters can come in with special craft, like they've been depicted in the spiritual, like Christian, like depictions in the churches way before in the 1500s. Could have this come from the 600s, 700s, when Christ's reign may have been truly happening on this planet? Had intergalactic federation fleet of human beings that would come in and be in Christed harmony and bring us higher technology, hence the Tartarian architecture. Because how could man have created those forms and structures so big and wondrous with huge doors, unless it be not just for giants on the land, but higher universal man coming in with higher universal interdimensional ships. Again, the last sentence, I shall weep and stand waiting, but I shall not pluck you out of your pit except you ask. So if we ask them to pluck us out of our pit, if these evil elites try to take it over, or for help, all of us at once, the collective consciousness can get the the higher universal man to come in with their federation of ships. But then that will probably start to ignite the anti-gravity man-made ships to try to fight them off, like Hitler actually had back in the 40s, anti-gravity ships, which went into South America, South Pole, and Admiral Byrd flew after him and told a great wondrous story of what he found in Antarctica. I write this first word unto you, so that as you pass this portion of this journal, you know that which is given is truth, reason, and injustice. This is the most important document you shall ever be given, for the last trumpet is sounding, and you have been again warned and petitioned, and my messengers have pleaded upon bended knees to be heeded. See again the synchronistic aspect of this with today's understanding and YouTube and that, talking about rapture and nuclear war and all that stuff. I have given the written word onto another scribe, so that you have not the excuse. I just didn't somehow believe Dharma, or, well, I just didn't somehow believe hATON. You are being given the facts behind the illusion of lies, so that you have opportunity to change your circumstances or move on into the abyss of the enslavement. For it is at hand, the time of the cycles upon your place, wherein the separation shall be made. Do you see the writing? Mene, tekel, upharsin. For in the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Daniel 5:25. Do you see the hand that pens your fate? Do you hear the call of the trumpets which signal your fate? Do you take note of my messengers, that you be given opportunity to rise out of the morass and into freedom? The moving fingers write, and then, having writ, move on, and so moves the truth of opportunity, which knocked, and you heeded not. Each of my messengers and scribes shall put this truth onto the people in the languages of understanding, the native of the ancient tribes onto his people, and thus and so that all might be given into opportunity to come again into remembering. But the word shall stand, lest you think you shall corrupt and tamper with the message, for no matter how you tamper, it will change nothing. I ask that Thomas take to pen and write a message from Master Christos of the Sacred Infinite Circle to follow this and precede that of Drew. There is not new, it is information as old as unto the beginning, and you have pulled away into your physical path of wanton actions and desires. Just as the obese person has the simplistic opportunity to simply close the mouth to lose of the fat, so is the simplicity of all of my instructions in order to come within the laws. And just as will of the flesh is not strong enough to close of the mouth against the foods in excess, so you shall be given strength if you but ask with intent of purpose, not of the lips that always pronounces lies, but the heart within, in petition for aid. You shall be given that which will lift you up, and you will give support unto your brethren, and goodness can again flow across that wondrous place given into your care. And you will be given to remember and awaken, and you will set things to straight as you turn from the beast that has pulled you into the pit. You shall move away into total newness, without looking back, lest you be pulled again into the destruction. You need not fight nor war, for those are not of my way, nor of my kingdom. You recognize the evil, turn onto the light and the laws, and move away, and in so doing you remove the nourishment and support of the beast, and the adversary shall devour itself, for there will be nothing left to sustain him. You are given nothing herein which is difficult to understand. It is simplicity in every action and instruction. You can denounce and rebel, revolt and boil, while spewing venom upon the ones about thee. But you will know that what I send and bring is truth and right, and you will never be in the unknowing again. And that which you do against me shall be done in deliberate action, and woe unto you who denounce and demand that another follow you in your despicable path. For you shall bear a portion of the one's downfall upon thine own soul. You who feel frail and think you cannot stand in truth alone, you are not alone, for I am the strength of the universe, and I shall support thee. In the ending, precious ones, you shall stand all alone, just thee and me, and there shall be none other to answer in your stead. I am coming soon, and my reward is with me, to repay everyone according to the deeds he has done, and according to the moment of confrontation, to that which lies deep within the essence through intent. I am the start and the finish, and beginning of counting and the end of counting. Blessed forever are you, who are tending of thine houses and washing of thine robes, as you remove the soil from their weavings, so that you stand tall as you pass into the city through the gates, via my chariots of silver and golden wings. Until it is finished, I will leave my messengers upon your place, and then they shall be lifted up into the security of my places of safety and light. And you who choose to listen not, and continue to abandon my truth, shall remain outside my city with the sorcerers, and the immoral, and murderers, and idolaters, and all who love to lie and do so. I have sent my angels and messengers among you, to put the word to print and sound the picture in order to tell you these things. Know that in these times of the sorting, that as time moves on, the vile will become even more vile. Good men will be better. Those who are holy will continue on in greater holiness. Ah, yes, children, I bring your reward with me, and you shall bring unto me thine markers, and we shall measure thine portion. Okay, enjoy and give homage to your Inuit brothers and sisters out there.